This webinar is going to be about groups, invite codes, and then a little bit about video organization as well. So to start us off, this is what we're going to be going over today. We have the overview of features and functions of groups, how to organize your videos, and then how to create invite codes and change your member roles. And then we'll go over some best practices with Kris. So if you have any questions at all as we go through this, please throw them in the chat and we'll make sure to get to them at the end. So when you first open your groups tab, this is what you're going to be looking at. So if you look in that top right corner, you'll see the plus icon. This is where you'll be able to either create a new group or join a group using an invite code. And then if you notice a purple pin next to your group, those are your pinned groups. So any of your most used or most accessed groups, we would suggest you pin, since they're going to be up at the top rather than having to scroll down and find them. So just tap that pin icon, and then once it's highlighted in purple, they'll stay up at the top of your groups tab. And then any unpinned groups will show that kind of highlighted outline of the pin, and they'll be showing up based on the last time they were updated. So if it's been a while, but it's still a group you want to use or kind of be apprised of, you might want to pin it. And then in terms of the groups overview, once you're in a group, this is an example of what it could look like. So this is just a 2023 highlights example group. At the top underneath the name of your group, you'll have your quick access icons. So from left to right, you have an option to add a folder. Then you have your members, then your group chat, and then an easy way to add video. So all of your quick access icons are up by the top, allowing that kind of flow to be nice and easy. And then you have your groups view down at the bottom. So you'll see the all and folders. So if you click all, that would show all of the videos in your group. And then if you click folders, that's where you're going to see any folders that you created to kind of segment your videos a little bit further. And then to the right of that, you can also choose whether you'd want a list view, which is what you're seeing here, where there's the title of the video and then it's kind of going down like a list, or you can choose to have it in a grid view where you would see the video or more of that kind of preview picture of the video. Then at the top on the right-hand side, you have the groups menu. And this is where you can access your members, add videos, import from photos, create folders, edit the group, and delete the group. So it's kind of like the one spot you want to go to edit any of the details of your group. And then folders, pretty self-explanatory. So these ones can be anything. It could be a game. So for example, that's what we did here with Young Kings versus Rams. It could be a specific athlete. It could be a tournament date. It could be a date of a practice, anything like that that you want to put videos into to kind of, again, organize them a little bit further. And then your video tools, so accessing to share, to post, or coach mode, you can either long press on the video, or if it's a little bit easier, you can tap the three dots on the side, and then you'll be able to also access coach mode, sharing options, and edit the video details as well. And then last thing we will go over here is just the members overview. So when you tap this icon in the middle, so this one, this is what would show up. So this is where you'll see a list of all of the members in your group. And then again, you have some quick access icons up at the top. So to the left side, you'll be able to add members. So search for members in Klevr to be able to add them to your group. And then on the right side, you have the invite code option. So that's where you can create a specific code, copy it, and it makes it a lot easier to add members versus going in and manually searching for all of them. And then to change your member roles, you can tap on the role. So that kind of highlighted purple collaborator, you can tap on that to change it. And then again, you can also access that by tapping the three dots. So we have lots of different options for you. And then this chart is just gives you an idea of what the different roles are. So Manager or owner is what we've changed it to more recently, has access to everything. Essentially, they were the one that created the group, so they're the owner of the group. And then collaborator is your next best thing. And then contributor has a little bit less in terms of permissions. And then viewer is only able to view videos and chat with members. So depending on what you'd like your members to be able to do. So for example, sometimes maybe you don't want parents to be able to upload videos into the group. You just want them to view them or something like that. You can adjust as you need to. And then in terms of organizing your videos into groups, these are kind of a couple points that I would say help you out just in terms of finding things a little bit easier. So definitely create folders within your group for games, tournaments, or if it's an academy and you're creating folders for specific teams, just as like a quick access spot. And then you can also edit the details of your clip to include information about the content of your video. So if I switch back here, for example, you could put number 76 assists. So it gives you an idea of the player or like what happens in the clip, so that when you're looking to find, when you're trying to find something, it's a little bit easier than tapping every video. So that's an option. And then you can also add hashtags for quick reminders as well. So hashtags would show up underneath the @Klevr or at your username. So you'll see kind of at the bottom, it's a bit hidden, but the bio steel here is where your hashtag would show up. So that's, again, a really great way to just add quick reminders. Could be tournament, could be like KSL or Halloween Havoc or anything like that, where you can just quickly glance at it and be like, oh, that's what that video would include. And then this is a very short little video to go over how to create invite codes. So as I'm talking, you can kind of take a look at that, but Kris will go over that as well when he shares his screen. So you can either add members to a group by creating an invite code, which I will be completely honest is definitely a lot easier. And you can choose the invite code to either be view only or that people would come in as collaborators. So they would come in with quite a few permissions, or you can have them come in as just viewers where they can only see the chat, or they can see or they can view the videos. You can also invite members by tapping this icon. So the little man with the plus, and then you can search for members. So if you're adding maybe 1 or 2 members into a group, or you're adding a coach into a group with your athlete, that would be your best bet. If you're adding a lot of people, so for example, if you're a coach of an organization or a coach of a team, I would definitely suggest creating an invite code so that you're not manually going in and searching for 25 plus parents. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I will have Kris hop in.
Let me know if you can see it, Christine.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, so yeah, I'll kind of explain what groups is used for myself. Christine, if you want me to go through certain things, obviously let me know if anyone has questions. When you're in groups, there's the best way obviously to access groups is the tab at the bottom. Groups for our teams are used for multiple things. For me as a program director, I have to overlook 3 different teams. So I need to make sure my coaches are going out and doing the right drills, the right game plans and such. So those groups are created with my team. So I have 2017 Young Kings teaching, I have 2015, I have 2016 as well. And I also have it for the coaches. So multiple reasons to use groups. Keeping everyone on the same page is the biggest. Also with groups, we use groups for, I have my children obviously there's a lot of their highlights and in-game play. So this might be the biggest thing we use groups for. So if you come to 2015 Young Kings and you can see all the videos in here, if I tap folders at the bottom, you start to see all the folders of what we're trying to get across to our team. So in order to be in groups, everyone in this group who is on this team has access to these videos. So as a parent, they come in, if they're looking for a defensive zone face-off, these are the videos dedicated to D-zone face-off. And this is basically what it looks like.
Okay, D-zone face-offs.
So if Liam's in goal right here, so everyone, again, on this team has access to these videos. They can come in, they can watch, and every time there's a video added into groups, the parent or athlete you are working with will be notified, obviously, by Klevr. So that is another way we use it. And then for our association, recruitment as well. So if there's athletes, parents that want to join our team or they're trying to come to tryouts, we also use groups as a centralized area to keep video of players that are trying to either join the academy or join our teams. So parents can send us in video of game or practice footage prior to showing up so that we understand the athlete prior to the tryout. Community-wise, video groups is very much used as well for sharing content and sharing videos. So I own hockey schools, and every hockey school we take a ton of video, and then we'll always upload video into a group where everyone has access to that video. So Verset, this is my hockey school. All these parents have access to all this video that they can share, and they can give back to families. And they can share and obviously share with their families at a later date. So like I said, groups is used for sharing or storing content of your children. It could be used for storing game and practice footage. It could be used for using practice footage to share to right away to other athletes and parents so that they can access that video. It's used for recruitment. And then, like I said, it's a lot of teaching though. So I think groups, the biggest way we use groups within our academy is always teaching and then utilizing the folders to section it off. Christine, is there anything else?
Yeah. Do you want to just quickly go over how to create an invite code and then adding members to a group?
So invite codes, like with our teams, when like Christine said in the beginning, when you're trying to add 20 people, it's very hard to manually go do it. So in order to join with a code, if I'm creating a group, it's simple. You just tap this is not creating a code. I'll go to drills. So if I'm in drills, and these are a lot of our drills we actually use, so this is real use stuff. You tap the three dots. Sorry, this is create folder. 1 second, sorry. And if I'm looking to add someone, you tap the human looking icon. You tap the three dots at the top. You can either invite Klevr users manually. So if I'm looking for Christine on the platform, you can tap invite Klevr users. You could search for her and then add her, or tap three dots, invitation code. So Christine, I'll create a code. Imagine the code is Christine. This is created. Oh, it already exists. We'll add a 1 to it. Save. Now, if you come into Klevr and you put Christine 1, so if you look in the top right, there's the plus sign. Hit join with a code, and you put Christine 1, then you are added into that drill pack group. So that's the best way to do it when you have probably 5+ people that you would like added into a group.
Awesome. That was perfect. Yeah, like Kris was mentioning, great tool for I'll put my camera back on. Super great tool for just organizing your videos as well. So if you are a parent, I know this gives a great overview for any of you that are coaches, but I'm assuming most of you that are coaches are also parents. So this is a great way to even just divide your videos into specific things as well. For the KSL, for example, because we get so much content with a videographer, we actually create groups after each KSL event and then share all the content into that so that parents can view it. So it's a really great tool as well to kind of understand how to add yourself into a group with codes and all of that to gain access to content if you're part of a hockey league and they are sharing content from their various tournaments and things like that. But just like Kris is kind of whipping through here, most of the groups that we see through the app do have like folders kind of built in within them. And then you'll see like game 5. So for example, Meg Watson put like game 5, and it was maybe the 70th clip of that game. Or maybe people will do, it was an assist, it was a goal, it was whatever. But adding, I would definitely say like my biggest piece of advice is adding information about what the clip is about, because when you start adding a ton of clips into a group, sometimes they can get lost if you aren't adding details. So by tapping those 3 dots on the right hand side, just like this, and pressing edit details, you can name the clip. So you could say that this is a whatever drill, this is from game blank. You can add the date into it, and then if you add hashtags underneath as well, it can help just give you a quick reminder of like what the game is about. So it could be, the hashtag could be who the game was against, could be the location of the game if you're doing a tournament at different locations. But again, like adding as many details as possible would be my biggest advice, just so that you're not feeling like you have to tap through every video to kind of see what it's about. If you can take a quick glance and be like, oh yeah, this is game 5, 70th, whatever, and it's versus this team, I know what that is about. It's just a lot more helpful than if you don't have any information on that aspect. But we will open the floor up to any questions. If you guys have any, you can unmute yourselves and just go right ahead, or you can ask in the chat if you don't want to unmute yourself. But I will leave it to you guys if you have any questions for Kris.